Alright guys, welcome to the fourth Lanucher race. So last race, huge TSMC fan got his second win, which is putting him in first. And this week's auto advance, there's a new change: is the two worst performing cars will get an auto advance so they can have a better advantage. But anyways, today's top 15 is, the current top 15 is AJ Hollis, Jackson Storm, who'll be rocking a new paint scheme; Jonas Carver, Scrooge Ramirez, who's also rocking a new paint scheme for the race; Cam Spinner, Barry DePedal, Noel Gochek, Dan Garcia, Spiky Phillips, and Charles George Newen, Ryan Laney, Danny Suarez, William Byron, and Sheldon Shifter. Every race I do, I'll take note on the spot everyone finishes in. But anyways, let's move on to the first round of cars. Alright, so now we have, so our first group, we have huge TSMC fan, big person, AJ Hollis. AJ's been on a bit of a reign of terror in this series. Cruz Ramirez, representing Will herself in her new GRC scheme. JD McPillar, being represented with Kirby Tankson, and Ruckler Fan A, being represented with Kim Spinner. As here going 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, JD and Cam pass. Cruz and AJ just weren't going good. So this was not HJ's lucky day. Alright, so now we have Shahir the End being represented with Will Rush. Jackson Storm, who's representing Will himself, also with a new paint scheme. George Newen being represented with Way Studios, and Nick Schiff being represented with Carson Motion. Jackson will probably take the points lead, considering the fact HJ is only now 88 points. But anyways, here we go in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, also, Jackson doesn't pass, along with Will. Anyway, so I'm shocked the two best cars are in the bottom 4. But I mean, hey, we all have bad days. Anyways, we have G NASCAR being represented with Rich Mixon, huge TSMC fan's brother being represented with Noah Gochek. Ryan Inside Lane representing MB the RPM fan. Air Fan 08 being represented with Barry DePelli, who are going 3, 2, 1, go. Jesus. This race sure has been brutal so far. Rich and Noah are in last, while Barry and Ryan are advancing. Alright, anyways, so we have JRM being represented Team Shredless. Jonas Carver's being represented for Joel Myers at C29, Cooper the Mean Maker being represented Dan Garcia, and Lane McQueen fan being represented with Danny Suarez. Here going 3, 2, 1. Oh, that was, I need to rewatch that. Watching that clip, Dan and Jonas will advance. Anyways, now we have Eric Breaker. What? Alright, now we have Najee's Amazing Cars and NASCAR 73 being represented by Eric Breaker. Richie Gunza being represented for Cars Enthusiasts. Spiky Phillips representing Goober Me. And Javed Hazuni representing Sheldon Shifter. Let's see who will win in 3, 2, 1. I'm in advance. 3, 2, 1, go. Rewind. Alright, now we have Spiky Phillips representing Goober Me. Sheldon Shifter representing Javed Hazuni. Najee's Missing Cars and NASCAR 73 representing Eric Breaker. And Richie Gunza representing Cars Enthusiasts. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go. Let's rewind. A 3-way tie between Spiky, Sheldon, and Eric. But Richie did the worst out of all of them. Alright, so now we're having a tie with Eric, Sheldon, and Spiky. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, it was Sheldon and Eric. I saw Spiky finish last. Alright, now we have Caroline Doyle being represented by Chris Roman. Miles Amazing Reviews representing Bubba Wheelhouse. Most likely next race, Milo will have a new scheme and be the four-wheel drive fan being represented by Fast Fong. And Thoughts of Pierre being represented by Conrad Camber. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go. Let's rewind the footage. So it's Conrad and Bubba. Now, moving on to the final group before we're moving on to like the second like thingy. We have Karsten A. Dillon being represented with Joe on top, Sarah Chen being represented with William Byer, and the Aiken Axler fan being represented with Hard Rock Cap, Tristan Reed. We are three-time champions of NASCAR being represented with Gogo Logano. Here going 3, 2, 1, go. Let's rewind. And Gogo are advancing. Alright, now we have Chase Racelaw representing Dell King, representing Cup 8. Kirby Tanks and Gaming Productions being represented JD McMillan. Rockstar Fan 80 being represented with Cam Spinner. And Amadeus Cars TV being represented with Paul Conrad. Here going 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my god. Paul advances. So does Cam. Alright, now we have Woody Studios being represented with George Newman. Nick Schiff being represented with Horse Motion. Mayor Fan 08 being represented with Mayor Evan Bear to Pedal. And Ryan Inside Lane being represented for MB the RPM fan. The best two cars will advance with Paul and Cam. Here going 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, that one was kind of weak to see how it went out. Let's rewind the footage and check. And that footage was George and Nick that advanced. Sorry, Barry and Ryan. Hopefully you do better in race 5. Congratulations to Nick Schiff and George Newman. But anyways, now we have Jonas Cars representing Joe Myers, NC290. Cooper the Meme Maker being represented by Corsia. Now she's amazing cars in NASCAR 73 being represented with Eric Riker and David Hazuni being represented with Sean Shifter. You're going 3, 2, 1, go. Let's rewind. It was Jonas and Dan. Alright, so now we have Gogo Logano, Bubba Wheelhouse, Conrad Camber, and Harvey Rocket. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go. Let's rewind and check the footage. Alright, it was Bubba and Gogo that advanced. Alright, now we have Cam Spinner, Paul Conrad, George Newman, and Nick Schiff. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go. Let's rewind and check. Paul and George that advanced. So they're going to be in the semifinals. Are now the last round before the semifinals. We have Dan Garcia, Jonas Carvers, Gogo Logano, and Bubba Wheelhouse. These two will join Paul and George in the semifinals. We'll go 3, 2, 1, go. It was Jonas and Gogo that advanced. Alright, so now moving on to the final 4. We have Paul Conrad, George Newman, Jonas Carvers, and Gogo Logano. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go. Let's rewind footage. It seems actually to be that Gogo and Jonas won. Although that Paul Conrad has had his best race, he managed to make it to 4th. Alright, now we have Jonas and Gogo. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go. Gogo Logano wins. First win for Team 22 Racing. Jonas Carver second, George Newman third. Alright, so this was the first victory for Team 22 Racing. The best race for Team 52 Racing, the best race for Team 123 Racing. With the runners-up being Paul Conrad and Bubba Wheelhouse. These have been everybody's best. Most of these guys have been, most of the not great performing racers' best races. Well, meanwhile, for the better performing cars, most of the time was their worst race. See you all next time on race 5. See you all next time, and goodbye. And next races, auto advances will be HJ and Cruz.